Again, this is Old Man PHP. I create PHP video tutorials for the old guys who want to learn a new skill and compete with the young crowd. Today I want to discuss, it's just another way of using MySQL. What we're going to do is we're going to read a JSON file and then we're going to insert it into a database. Because we've done this before with the PDO stuff, but we're going to use the MySQL to do it. Okay, so let's begin. Let's create a variable called Let's create a variable called MySQL like that, and we're going to say new. See, we're going to have a different way of doing it. MySQL right, and then we're going to say here localhost, and then we're going to say root because that's kind of what I gave it. This one doesn't have anything, it's localhost, and we're going to say log user. I think that's how I decode it. See how different we're using this. See, before we were doing the new PDO and all the connection stuff, look, we're doing new MySQL, and we're going to be using their methods too, right? So that's what we're going to do. So, but I want to let you know that we're going to be looking at connect error. See the connect error, and I believe the MySQL underscore connect underscore error like this. Plus this one too has it like that. Let's see, like that. I believe that those two of them, right? They returns an error description from the last connection error that we had. We really never really had a bad connection, but we're going to check for it anyway. So we're going to say if I just scratched my eye, my nose down. MySQL, right? MySQL. Then we're going to go like this, and then we're going to say connect underscore error, like that, just to see if there was any. If there's nothing, then it's okay. If there was something there, then I want to know about it. We'll say 0. We'll put a little space there. Then we're going to, don't forget the curly braces. That's where all the logic goes in. Then we're going to say echo, we're going to say $MySQL, and you notice how we're not, what is this? We're using the actual MySQL, like this. See, MySQL is really the MySQL database, but the MySQL that's an extension of that MySQL. So we're going to go like this, then we're going to say connect on, well, we did that already, didn't we? Should we see? Yeah, why not? We're going to do this semicolon. Should I put a little space there to make it more presentable? Let's see if I get an error, by the way. I always tend to get an error. Okay, so far so good. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to say .json data. That's just a variable that we're going to create. And what we're going to do is, remember the file underscore get content? We're going to use it here. Get content with an S, always with an S. And what we want to do is I want to read a JSON file. And I think we have one over here. This one right here. I'm going to click on it. See, JSON file. Terry2. Let's change this to Terry3. Brown 3. We'll say 3, like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to read that, right? We're going to say test. What was it called again? Test JSON.json. That's good enough. Let me see. Get contents test JSON.json. Temp name JSON. Now, after we have read this one, because you see how it looks like, we're going to decode it, okay? So we're going to say JSON decode like this. And we're going to decode this guy. This variable right here, we're going to stick that variable. And then we're going to also say true. We're going to read, I want to give you the true. Right? So then what happens is we're going to say $stmt, and we're going to use that as a variable. I'm going to assign the actual $MySQL. And remember, we're using this because remember it's an object, so now we're using all the stuff. We're going to say we're going to use the prepare statement. Prepare. And you're going to see how a little different it really is. So usually we put these things all in separate places, but in this situation we're going to put in the actual insert, the SQL insert command in there. So we're going to say select insert into temp table, right? And remember, that's how we do it. And then what we're going to do is we want all of this. So we want its temp first name, I think that's it. Then we're going to say temp last name. Then we're going to say temp email, like that. So basically you say, I want you to insert into this table this is the field, and I want to give you the value. So then you say value like that, and then you're going to put in here the placeholders. You're going to say com, question, and another one. That was too quick. And one more, because we're going to do, oh no, we don't have to do, maybe we are. No, just two. We're going to do two. I was going to do that other one, but I don't think I have enough URLs. So we'll keep it at 3. Look, 1, 2, 3. I was going to put here comma temp URL, but I forgot I don't really have anything like that in this. So only, what is it? First name, last name, email. Oh, that's it. So I made it into 3. Okay, look, 1, 2, 3. This is the placeholder, 1, 2, and 3. So now what happens is you go down the line, and now you're going to say for each, right? Because you want to read for each. That reads the, let's do this, space. I'm going to say $temp name as $. So we say JSON data, we're gonna make it short like that. Let's put a space there. Let's get a little bit though. Let's do this. That's where all the logic goes, right? That's what I always say. We're gonna say $first name equals to $JD. Then we're gonna say first name. I think that's how we called it. Let's see, we got that one, we got that one. Let's do semicolon. How about we do 2 more times? Let me see, 1, 2. That will be for the last name, right? Right here. Yeah, programming, it's you could do a lot, but it's a lot of typing, man. And a lot of times you want to have it in like a lot of your stuff so you can just cut and paste. But of course you have to figure, you will have to know enough to get it done. But I'm telling you right now, all the stuff I've been showing you, that's it. You can use this. It'll do it all for you. You will do it all. Give your brain boost. All right, so now I want to echo these things. So why don't we just, let's echo them, right? We're going to say echo, oh man, we're going to repeat ourselves again. Dollar first name. Yeah, it's a lot of typing, man. It's a lot of typing. We're going to do this, then we're going to give you this, right? Give you some space. Let's do it 2 more times. Man, I don't know. After the COVID, because I did get it. That killed my voice. It killed my voice. Unbelievable. I lost some taste too. Got that back, but it's not that great though. All right, so we got this right now. This is only going to give you. We're going to insert it here. We're going to give you this stuff, right? And then we're going to let's run a statement. Well, let's do the stmt, and we're going to bind it. Let's go over. That would be good. We're going to bind this stuff, all the stuff that we get from the day. What is it from here? And we're going to bind it with here, right? So we're going to say bind underscore param. Then we're going to see the parentheses. Then over here we're going to say this is the way we bind them, because you got 3. If you would have 4, 5, 6, let's say you're going to have 6s. So we got 3 right here. We're going to say 1, 2, and 3. Then we're going to add the comma, and we're going to put in these things. So we're going to say first name. I don't really feel like typing, if you know what I mean. Then we're going to say second one. Man. Right there. Let's put a little space here. No, not there, not there. A little space there so we can see it better. See, we're going to bind there, right? Now what we're going to do is, what I would like to do is do the insert row. I want to make that into a 0, because we're going to, and then what we're going to do, let's, let me think, let me take a sip of my wonderful water. What I do is I take salsa water, right? And then I pour it into a mason jar, and then I throw in, I had like some things called, not the stevia, cola taste, because I like that cola taste, but it's actually stevia, sweetened water. Throw it in there, and, change it up a little bit, and enjoy it. It's refreshing. All right, so what we're going to do is I want to, what we're going to do? Let's do the var. Let's do the var. Remember that, the var dump? And I want to just do a few things. I want to do the var dump, and I also want to do the print. But before we do the print, let's do the echo of the pre, like that. Then we're going to say print, like that. Then we're going to say echo then we're going to put in, where's the JSON file? This one. I know you're thinking, well, how you know? Well, because everything has to do with this JSON file, right? So you assign it to this variable, and then of course you decoded it, right? Then before you insert that information to the database, you don't want to put in here JSON files. you know, records, right? You want it to like normal stuff. So you decode that, right? You prepare this statement. You're not using it yet until you do the execution. Then I'm going around like this and I'm binding them with that. Then let's do the dump so we can take a look what that looks like. Maybe it's a bad idea. I don't know. So let's check it out. Let me see. You know something? If I I'll tell you what. Let's do this just in case. 1, 2, 3. Right? I just want to run this. Okay, here goes. Temp, browser 3. That's what I said. This because of this other stuff. Don't worry about that. See, look, we did it. It was from the actual. Remember when I changed it to 333? That's what that is right there. So now we can kind of take that back. And then what we're going to do is, now that we bind them and all that, maybe we should just execute it, right? So we can see if it's happening. We'll put it over here. So we'll say STMT. It's like about 2 or 3 different. See, this is what you have to do. You know, you take these things, you put it under your resource folder whenever you want to look at them. Check out your PDO, look at that, then look at the basic, how you select the information from the database, which I showed you. I showed you several different ways. What the hell? What happened? Something. What happened here?
Mom, don't you know you're supposed to knock?
That was crazy.
No, I just heard you.
Wow. That spooked me up a bit. I was watching a horror flick before I started to do some stuff. So right, we're going to do this, and I'm going to say execute. That's always something, right, guys? All right, and now what's going to happen is it's going to read that database, going to put it, we'll prepare this stuff. We added the the JSON stuff, right? Because we kind of put it right here, the decon, and we want to decode. Excuse me. Then we put it into here. We bind them, right? We do this. We do this. And since it's only one, we run the execution, and then we could say, how about remember that dollar insert road? I kind of wrote it like this because I want to. You can actually put the dog plus next to each other like that, or just like this. I just want to show you that it could be done. All right, so let's move on. Let me see. Let's go to. I hope I got everything right. Man, I have to. Because I do a lot of PDO stuff, so that's a good thing. After I learned doing it that way, that's the only way I like doing it. But I want to show you because you could, you have your choices. So, just wanted to show you. Let's do this. Remember that was the name of it. Should we put I don't know. Yeah, leave it like that. So we're gonna say, is it equal to insert row, dollar insert row, like that. Let's put a space there. Like that would be cool. Alright, so if you do this, matter of fact, it's going to look at this as a blank. I don't know, that's a good question. Well, we'll find out now. If we got an error. If we don't get an error, then it's okay. We're going to say, in other words, that it got in. Then we're going to say echo success. How about that? That's a lot of typing. I've done a lot of typing today. All right. So what we want to do now is we also want to do else, right? Else. And we're going to do this. Okay. We're going to say echo error. We'll do it that way. What the heck? So right now, what we got? This belongs to, let's do it this way. So we go like this, boom, boom. So let's put it over here, like that. Okay, what else do we have? Do we have more? How about this one? This one belongs to us. This one belongs to this one. Let's clear. Let's take this out. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Let me see. We got that one. We got that one. Do we have anything else that closes? This particular one goes with that one, so we can always kind of do this. Oh, okay, maybe this. Just to keep it, you know, uniform, like that. Anything else? All right, so let me see. Local host. Well, guys, I probably would get an error. Right now, we're not gonna. The moment I hit refresh, it's gonna run because I don't have something like to run though, because that's not a function. It's gonna run itself. The whole thing is a function if you really think about it. All right, so if we go like this, and we're gonna say success. See, look. It gave me, let me see. Where are we? First, I got this, right? Which is what these are. Then what happened was, I said, oh, let me get a dump. So the dump told me that is string 73. Remember, when you do this, where are we? This, you're making it into a string. Oh, and all right, but it's really a string. 73, because 73 characters from here to there. Then what I did was I want to var dump. Gave me the var dump. No, actually the var dump gave me this. This gave me the print R. Should have given it to me much prettier. That's okay. What would be the pretty way of doing that? That's okay, man. It's only one record. And then guess what? Because we went over here, says, so the counter to this equals to the insertion, right, with that. Success. Because, you know, it was one record, right? So what did we do? We said Terry 3, Brown 3, Terry B3, right? So if we go check, let's refresh. There he goes. Terry 3, Brown 3, Terry B3. See how it got in there? It actually read your JSON file, which we created some other time. I forgot what it was. Remember, it was like I don't know. Maybe it's like I don't know. Maybe 10 videos ago, maybe. Right? I mean, that was the same one, so I kind of left it there. But the thing is, look, it did all what it had to do. You did the placeholder, and then you bind it with this right here. Isn't that wonderful? It's great stuff. Well, we reached the end. And if you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you have learned, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. This will help me grow, and if I grow, because I got a lot of stuff, man, a lot of things like secret stuff. I mean, people keep saying, well, you know, if you do it like this, why don't you just create a thing and put it through Udemy and all that? But I'm like, well, you know, I don't know. I just want to give it for free, man. I just want to give all this stuff for free. And then if I have like some huge major project that I did for bonfart.com, which was it was one of those things it had dashboard. You log in with the username, and if you for someone forgot the username, you could check out. You could change your password. I mean, I did a lot of stuff. It was just good stuff. So, but I'll show you how that thing took me a good 2 years to do. It was like, man, because there were a time like when I was burnt out for a little bit, so it took like a few weeks. But for the most part, man, oh my God, it went over. I think it went over 3,000 lines of code, and it was like this and that and that. It created let's say if you join in, of course you got to pay, right? It was one of those membership websites. You pay, it was only like 25 bucks. You pay 25 bucks a month. I was going to make it into a 10 bucks a month, but it's a lot of work. You get a dashboard, you get a whole bunch of stuff that to help for you to want to sell your paintings, right? If you're an artist, you needed a place to sell your paintings. Well, it was one of those things, a platform for you to do this, and it had its own board. What is that, dashboard? But only you can see it because you have to log in to get in there. It has so much stuff in it that you could put social media, your paintings, of course your description. It created reports. It did all that. We use PayPal for one thing, and then we use, what's the other one for the other? It starts with an S, to collect money, and it was great, man. Then what happened? GoDaddy was giving me trouble. I had to pay 600 bucks. They wanted, it was a whole thing. I had to get out of there to put it, and I had to transfer my stuff to Name Hero, which is so much better. So much better. Yeah, if you ever want to go that way, I could teach you how to get into it and how to use their dashboard and how to use their form manager, the file manager. I mean, because if you're going to start doing this, you need to learn a lot of things. I just want to say one more thing. On our next video, I'm going to go back a little bit to JavaScript. And the reason I want to do that is because I want to be able to, I created this already. I don't know if I have it with me. I don't know. Let's see if I got it here. Let's see. No, that's not it. No, that's not it. Is it this one? I'm also going to teach you how to do a contact list, and that's going to be a form. It's going to look like this. It's going to look nice. See these menus right here? It's dynamically created. It's not like how we did it before that we type it all in. No, this is created dynamically with HTML. And on top of that, you have this. See? And let me tell you one thing. It's just a way of you having a form. Let's say if you wanted a contact form, you'd be able to do this. And that's a little secret too. Look, I put in placeholders, whatever it is, because you remember when you write up your stuff, you got to make it easy for people to understand. These are buttons, right, for Facebook and all that. But check this out. If I wanted to say a bad word, I'm not going to say bad word because it's YouTube, but we're going to say dick clock. You know what I mean, right? So if I went like this and I said dick, see? Did you see that? See how I took it out? If I did P-U-S, I don't want to say it because I'm going to get in trouble. But you know what I'm talking about. I'm going to show you how to do this. And this stuff has a lot of code that you have to do. It really is. It's really good. What did I call this? I called it Contact PHP. I'm going to show you. It's right here. This is Contact PHP. It's all this, right? And look, it's JavaScript, but it has all these things. I can't show you these things, the actual, bad words and stuff. But you put in, you make a list. So you're going to make an array, and you put your bad words in there. And what happens is when you run this and you put it up on your contact form, as your contact form, it's going to read this stuff. You can even do it for the email and this. You can even validate, if you want this to go into a database, you could do that, or it goes into an email. You could do that, you know what I mean? But you still have to go through, remember all that stuff we did before with CRUD, this. The project that deals with create, read, update, and delete from a database. That's what that means, CRUD. We did that project, which is right here. I changed it up a bit. I added. I'm going to show you how to do that too. I'm going to show you all these little extra items that I added to to the table and database. Anyway, I know I went off a little bit, but just hit the likes, subscribe. That will help me out. Until next time, a good night.